I was born in Mogadishu, Somalia. Unfortunately, we had to leave because of the civil war.
I did left for a number of reasons. I was going through a difficult moment because of my work as a journalist.
I left Mexico maybe 17 years ago. And why? Because I was forced.
The Opening Doors Project is a citizenship and immigration funded project. It's a public education project that provides workshops on mental health and wellness, stigma around mental illness, and how that converges with the settlement experience, settlement stress, of racism and discrimination.
It seeks to bridge a gap between consumer survivor spaces and newcomer spaces, so bridge the gap. We try to connect the dots between migration, discrimination, and mental health because we believe heavily, strongly, that they're very much connected. A good mental health takes into account the holistic nature of health in general because the mind is not separate from the body and the whole person is not separate from the family or the community. So a good mental health takes all of those factors into account.
A lot of times we think about good mental health as something that is, you just end with it and that's it. But it comes and it goes, and it's actually a tool that helps us to live our lives.
First, when I came to Canada, I wanted to be treated like just like any other person, like normal, quote unquote, whatever normal is. I just wanted not to be an outcast, not to be someone who was different.
I felt that I lost everything. I felt I lost my life, basically. So I kind of reborn again in Canada at the age of 24 because I left, the rest of my family, my parents, my siblings, my friends, my community, everything I had. And I left my career, my profession, and that actually hurt.
When I really feel like I start having the onset of my mental problems was after the earthquake. That in Mexico, I went for counseling and they told me that I have the stress, and I just thought, no, you're not gonna leave me as a local, you know.
I couldn't go on anymore physically, and I understood that there were a number of things that were happening that were telling me there was something wrong. And yes, that was the moment when I stepped into a clinic.
I was going through puberty, dealing with my sexuality, as well as dealing with migration issues, resettlement issues, such as learning a new language and trying to fit into the culture and all that stuff. So that's when I first started to notice the depression. Stress happens to everyone, regardless of whether you were born in Canada or outside of Canada. So that's the common denominator. We all face stress.
The relationship between stress and mental health, there has to be some kind of correlation, right? If you're in a situation where you are constantly in chronic stress, it's going to have some kind of wear and tear. If you think about hitting the same spot on the wall over and over again, eventually a dent is going to happen and it's going to break.
If you do not manage your stress, it can potentially lead into some problems down the road in terms of mental health.
I didn't recognize many symptoms of my not managing stress or my not healthy manage of the stress. And I think that put me in a situation in which I ended up with depression. This is my own understanding of my mental health problem.
In this modern society with a high pace of life and stress and deadlines and children and bills and financial, all those social factors that determine your health, we might be not diagnosed with a mental health issue, but in a way we are overwhelmed with all this stressful situation that can lead to an onset of any kind of illness and breakdown.
If we're able to manage in a healthy way our stress, I think that with that we're doing a lot in terms of prevention. And this is just by my personal experience. In our workshops, I think we're very interactive, it's very informal, it's a very friendly environment, I can say. So it's not something that people should be scared about.
whenever we can, we arrange the room into perhaps a circle, something conducive to a conversation, because we like to think of ourselves as facilitating a conversation rather than lecturing.
So this activity is to get to know each other on a more personal level.
The reaction in the workshops is varied. So, and it should be varied. So there are people who are really excited about it and really want to take what they've learned home. There are people who are really proud about what's being done in workshops. There are people who just have so much energy to share.
I remember doing my first workshop and I was so afraid. I thought, oh my God, if I tell them about this part of my life, they're going to shun me, they're going to be disgusted with me, all that negative emotions. But I was so pleasantly surprised. People felt connected, they understood, because we all go through feelings of like not belonging, those struggles, trying to fit in, and all that stuff. So they understood that we created a certain rapport between us. And yeah, it's been very positive.
And so go around your petals and fill it out according to how you personally identify with each label.
Our spaces are a place where you can learn, right? The stakes are high when you're outside of a learning environment, and we're all afraid to make mistakes and hurt people. But this is a place where we're actually here to support you and guide you through, so you don't have to make those mistakes.
We invite people to have a conversation. We are peer trainers, we are not teachers, we're not professionals of the mental health field. We are people who have gone through many times with similar experiences that immigrants go through.
What we've seen in the workshops is that people are talking. So they're having more conversations in the communities and in workplaces about some of the things that maybe they wouldn't have discussed before, like mental illness or feelings that come up after having an experience of discrimination or after witnessing that.
If you attend our workshops, at least you get information. 1 in 5 Canadians will have a mental health problem at some point of their life. So if you are attending the workshop, you are doing a favor to yourself or to someone that you care about, because it's something that is going to be present in your life somewhere, somehow.
I would want participants to get out of the workshops that they attend with me, the sense that they are not alone.
There is hope, there is light to move towards a better you, a better person, achieve your goals, your dreams.
Things are difficult, but we can go through. We can go through life, we can go through the process of migration, we can go through mental health problems and success.